Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a Signs from Spirit reading. And so this could really be on anything in your life. It can be on love, it can be on finances, your career, your life's purpose. But the thing is, sometimes we see certain things, whether it's in the form of names, letters, numbers, colors, objects, nature, things like that. Maybe we hear certain songs, we see certain lyrics, we see people's names, things like that. And so we're just going to basically be taking a look to see if maybe Spirit is going to elaborate on what some of these things mean, as well as if you do see these signs in the future, what it might entail and what it might be trying to tell you. So I thought this would be kind of fun. So we're going to be using 3 of my decks here today. Of course, the Signs from Spirit Love Oracle, because there's a lot of different, that's why I created that deck, because there's a lot of signs there. My Twin Flame Oracle and my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. So all 3 of these decks I've created and are available in my Etsy shop for sale. But if you're international, email me and I'll send you a special link. We're also going to be using the notes from the universe on love and connection, as well as the Dream Oracle cards, which has a lot of different objects in it. So I'm just going to shuffle everything real quick. And I have all of my beautiful heart organites from Wing and Bell. I just really wanted to have all of that energy just sitting up there. So if you guys are interested in their stuff, I'll put them in down below as well. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and put those there. I did pre-shuffle these decks. So I just wanted to give them a few fresh cuts for you guys. Okay, so immediately that wants to pop up, Divine Feminines. So there's obviously a message for some Divine Feminines out there, perhaps. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we have blue. Ooh, I love that. The color blue. Blue is very serene, tranquil, peaceful. It's also a color of healing as well. We have Divine Feminine, of course, so I love the fact that we have all of this water, which is very blue. We have these rays that are coming down, but it's very blue, so that's significant. We have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands can be a Leo specific. It's a masculine energy to that feminine now. So I'm getting here a feminine and masculine energy. And I'm getting that Spirit is probably indicating here with that blue energy that things are starting to heal. But I have water and fire here. Water and fire have come very, very significantly in a lot of readings that I've done lately. But that doesn't mean that you have to be a fire sign or a water sign to connect with the energies. It just means that, that water puts that fire out. There's some kind of a balancing of energies. There's a yin and a yang. There's masculine, feminine. There's balance here. We have no 2 flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. So these 2 people, this masculine and feminine, even though they're flowers, they're not the same, but they're still beautiful in their own way. That just means that people are healing in their own way. Sometimes what is healing for us, or sometimes how we go about life, is not the same way that somebody else will go about things. So we have to honor people's individuality. We have to honor people in their own way, their own uniqueness. And we have job. Love what you do and do what you love. So this is the thing. Yes, of course, this could have something to do with the job, as in you work with this individual. You guys are at the same job. That could be a significant message for some of you. So there's something that's healing is what I'm getting here. So you're either going to resonate with this message or you're not. And like I said, you might resonate with these first 5 cards or not the second set, or vice versa. So take however it resonates. But the job card, to me, it's like love what you do and do what you love. So I feel like there's a connection here between 2 people. But I'm also getting the energy, because the King of Wands to me is somebody who is a leader in their industry. So it could be that there's a feminine right now that is really wanting to step up in her job, take on a leadership role. And no 2 flowers are the same, as in, you may be expected, I guess, to step up and do things a certain way, but you might be doing something, but it's going to be your own. Like you're going to make it your own. You're going to be honored for doing things differently, but it's still going to be beautiful, kind of thing. It might be that you bring some sort of healing or balance to the workplace. It might also be that you're becoming self-employed and you're doing what you love finally. And even though you might not be living the same life or the same cookie cutter just experience that maybe your parents had, or your sisters or your brothers or your family members, or things that other people expect you to do. You're still doing things in your own way, and you're loving what you do, and that's all that matters kind of energy. It's very healing to you to be in that energy where you're finally doing what you love. So it's like that push from spirit to keep going and do what you love. Go towards the things that you love. But if this is in fact about a masculine and a feminine, I just feel like your job at this time is to just love this person unconditionally. Try not to have a lot of conditions on this person, as in, what you feel like they need to do. They need to do things your way, or if they would just do this, then things would be okay. And maybe that might be the case, but the thing is, everybody has their own way of going about their healing. And I just am getting blue as in healing. So it's much more peaceful to just accept this person with where they're at right now. And I almost am getting to with the job is like everybody's doing the best that they can. They're doing the best job that they can do right now, but it's not exactly the same it's not going the way that you would go about it, but they're still doing the best that they can at this time. So be more in a tranquil, settled energy with this individual instead of being upset or fighting or judging them, is what I'm seeing. Judging them for not doing the things that you would do. I hope that makes sense. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get the second set of messages. We have eternity, which is flame. We have grief. We have the temperance as energy. So I have Sagittarius coming through. We have you know what to do. And internet. Embrace the fact that you are the world. Okay, so this to me, the flame card, eternity, this is like an eternal flame that we feel. Something is in our heart space, but there's some sort of grief here, and the grief is because two people might be in separation. We've got that water and fire energy coming through for me again, whereas things are being tempered right now. Things are at a standstill. There's an energy where people have disconnected, they're healing. So this is telling you know what to do, okay? You know what to do about this situation. And what I'm getting here is that what you need to do is possibly, rather than being in this state of grief, you need to jump more into that temperance as energy, realizing that things take time. Great things take time. Maybe some healing needs to occur. Maybe things can't be exactly the way that you want them to be right now. But eternity means that there's an eternal flame here. So just because things are not coming together right now doesn't mean they won't ever. And it doesn't mean that you will maybe never get to experience that kind of joy and happiness again. Our own grief and our own feelings about it, or our own thinking about it, is what's going to keep us and hold us back in life. So you know what to do. So if you feel like you need to break away from something, or if you feel like you need to just take a break, you know like that things need time to be restored, then that's what you know you need to do. And then we have the internet. I'm also getting to that if some of you are obsessively looking at another person on the internet, social media, you need to stop. You know that you need to stop doing that, is what I'm getting here. I'm sorry to say that to some of you. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, like while you guys are in a separation, you and a person, because when I see the temperance card to me is divine connections, because the angel is holding 2 cups, and that angel spirit is assisting a divine connection, to help to temper it back and restore it back to health. So after grief, after sadness, after pain, but while you're in this separation, perhaps with this individual, you know what to do, and that is you need to stop checking their social media. You need to stop obsessively checking to see if maybe they emailed you, or, looking at their website, Googling them, whatever the deal is, looking at people that are connected to them, their social media, because sometimes people don't have social media. So what you do is you seek out a person that is connected to them, and then you stalk their social media. And that's not probably the best thing to do, because what does that do is it keeps you stuck. If you see something that's going to trigger you, you're going to make something into something that probably isn't, because let's face it, people can be whoever they want to be on social media, and things get misconstrued all the time. I mean, simple texting, like it's not like a conversation. So when people say things through an email or a text, you really lose out on the tone and where they're coming from. So sometimes things can get misconstrued. The same thing goes for social media. Not every single thing that's posted is there might not be a meaning behind it. And sometimes we want to put meaning behind things that we see. And maybe it's like, wait a second, it actually isn't personal. It wasn't about you, or it's not about you. And so you might glob on to that, and that might kind of take you down a rabbit hole. So it's probably best at this point to just pull away, is what I'm seeing here. Embrace the fact that you are the world. I'm also getting too that if some of you are in an occupation perhaps that maybe you work globally, maybe you work on the internet, maybe you have the opportunity or ability to touch many people over the net, that's what you need to focus on. Focus on this, because I'm just seeing that there might be a connection that needs to be healed. And in this period of separation, or just not separation, not being together, instead of focusing on that and being in a state of grief and being stuck in grief, work on healing and kind of doing what you need to do, which is working on you and building your business or expanding yourself in the world, putting yourself out there in the world, living your life, not closing yourself away behind closed doors and being sad and stuck. Okay, so you know what you need to do is what I'm getting here on that one. All right, next message. We have hourglass, time is slipping. We have signs. We have divine partnership, Two of Cups. You might not know, but you will. And color, express your true feelings. Interesting. So what I'm getting here, the first message that I'm actually getting here, you might be receiving a lot of signs right now about a divine connection, okay? But there could have been a long period of time that's gone on between you and this person, as in you guys haven't spoken in a long time or seen each other in a long time, or both. And you're getting a lot of signs lately about them, because it says you might not know, or wait, hold on. You might not know now, but you will. Like there's something that you don't know, but you're gonna. Somebody's gonna express their feelings, is what I'm seeing here. Color. Kind of bring things. See, this divine partnership is black and white. Bring this connection back to color into life. I feel like there's this past energy here, past connection, a past connection between two people. And there's something that's going to be brought back to life. Someone's going to express their true feelings, and then you're going to finally know. You're getting signs that this is happening, and time is slipping like the hourglass. Like this has been something that maybe has been in the works for a long time. But again, you're getting signs, and the signs is pointing perhaps. I'm also getting that if there's a person that you feel connected to, it might be that they're also receiving signs, and it's kind of like it's getting down to the wire of them expressing their feelings to you, and they're feeling drawn perhaps to express those feelings to you. Wow, that's very interesting. Very interesting energy. So, yeah, that's what we're getting for that one. That's short and sweet, but that's really where it ends for me. I don't really see it any other way. I'm not getting anything else. Something's been taken a long time, but you're seeing signs that are pointing to this divine partnership. This person's getting it too. And even though that it's confusing to you and you don't have all the answers and you don't know it right now, that this person maybe feels the same about you, they're going to express their true feelings to you and bring this black and white connection from the past back to life. That's what I'm getting. We have transition, we have contemplation, we have Ace of Wands, which is spark, we have forgive, and we have ocean. Go with the flow and flow with the glow. Okay, so this to me, transition. What's going to help something transition? Forgiveness. Forgiveness heals. Forgiveness helps us to transition through new doors into a new phase of our lives. It brings us back to life. It brings that spark back. Whenever we're in the energy of unforgiveness or grief, we are in black and white, not living our lives. We're stuck. There is a time and a place for that. Some of us need to heal this ocean of emotion. Maybe we need to be in these healing waters of the emotions, right? But I feel like now it's time to contemplate. Is it time to move on? Is it time to let something go, move forward? Go with the flow and flow with the glow. As it is in its time to forgive, to let something go, as in you're just going with the flow. You're not saying goodbye forever, but you're transitioning into a new phase of yourself. You're transitioning into a better aspect of you. You're no longer going to be sitting there contemplating, waiting on something. You're going to do the forgiveness, you're going to do the work, and you're going to bring the spark back into your life. And like, you're doing that. No one's bringing this to you. You're making the decision. Now, of course, ocean could be significant to you, as in you live by an ocean, you like to spend time near an ocean. This could be very healing for you. You could be spending time in the moonlight, because we also have the glow of the moon there. You know, the moon's energy to me, the moon is water. That tells me there's Piscean energy or perhaps Cancerian energy. So there's water coming through here with those signs for me too. But yeah, I mean, it's about getting your mojo back. No longer be in this contemplation of what should I do, what should I not do. It's time to open up a new door is what I'm seeing here, and go with the flow and start living again and start getting that mojo back. Get that spark back for life. Whatever ideas you have, whatever creative things that are happening in your mind, bombs that are going on in your mind. It's time to forgive, let go of the past, and move forward with happier energy. That's what I'm seeing for this one, you guys. We have table and gathering. Interesting, we have recognition. Ooh, we have Five of Cups, old wounds. What I'm picking up on immediately is that two people coming together and they're gathering. Now, it doesn't have to be at a table, and it doesn't have to be at a restaurant. You don't even have to be sharing a meal, but these are two people that recognize something and they're coming together, and they're addressing old wounds. So this is an old connection. It's actually come up a few times. There's somebody from the past that might be returning to reveal their true feelings, to apologize perhaps, because the Five of Cups, there's 3 cups that have fallen, but there's still 2 cups that are standing. So to me, there's still a connection somewhere, and people recognize it, and they may want to come together. They might want to ask for forgiveness, or get back together, or to talk again, to express their feelings. We have you have what it takes. So I feel like, again, earlier what I saw with the divine connection is that somebody is still kind of trying to figure out how to come towards you, how to make contact, if that's something that they're ready for. And I feel like Spirit's saying you have what it takes in order to apologize. You have what it takes to face this person once again. And we have Cat. Okay, so the name Cat, like Catherine or Cat, if that is your nickname, could be significant. It could be that you have a cat that has a name, or maybe another person has a cat that has a name that connects you, or that you're going to see in signs or something that's going to help you to kind of, you know, remind you of this connection, or to address old feelings about this connection, old wounds, kind of give you a little bit of an indication as to when this gathering may take place. But it says, take care of yourself. Trust that if you do, you'll always land on your feet. So of course, cats always land on their feet, right? So cats are also extremely independent individuals. So this could be really describing somebody who's extremely independent. But even though they're independent, and maybe they have been alone for a while, but they're recognizing something. They're recognizing something about you and about your past connection that makes them want to come back together with you. Now, I'm not trying to say like this person's trying to come back together with you and marry you or be with you in that way, but it could just be that they want to address these old wounds. They want to apologize. And you have what it takes, as in somebody is struggling with this. They're struggling to come forward and take responsibility for this, but they want to, is what I'm seeing here. And it's saying, take care of you. Trust that if you do, you'll always land on your feet. It could be that you have a connection to cats as well. Like maybe a rescue center or shelter or something like that. There's some kind of connection here perhaps. Yeah, something significant there. But I definitely get this message that old connections, that people are recognizing that they want to come back together, and that they have what it takes in order to do some healing of these old wounds. So I'm getting an apology here with that one. We have balloon, freedom. We have crossroads. We have the 3 of Cups, which is celebration and community. We have see me in their eyes, and we also have flying. The fact that we have balloon and flying could be significant, okay? This is about seeing things from a higher point of view. Arise and see a higher point of view. Obviously, in that balloon, what gives us freedom is to see things from a higher perspective. Sometimes it's not always personal. Sometimes it's not what it seems, okay? Sometimes we just have to be willing to see things in a different light. And I think it's interesting that it says, see me in their eyes. See me in their eyes. This is about reflection. This is about seeing them with the other people in your community, in your life, because the Three of Cups card to me is other people. This is about the people that you spend time with, your family, your friends, your coworkers, other lovers. See them in someone else's eyes, meaning that there might be some kind of significance in regards to, you might need to make a choice and see things from a higher perspective and start to see things from their perspective. And you're going to see something through an experience with another person. Okay? So this is important. And sometimes that happens where you're just like, wait a second, I never understood this, but now I get it, because it's being this lesson or this thought or, this opinion coming from a different person. So it's approaching you differently, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I totally get what that person was saying then. I totally understand where they were coming from. So it actually is helping you to heal and to see something in a different way through another person. So this is about recognizing something, recognizing someone else's behavior and seeing that this is a perfect example. Let's just say you have someone, and this doesn't make it okay, but let's just say you have someone who was seeing you, but then they were married. Okay. And I hear this a lot. Married, but they were unhappy in the marriage for whatever reason, but they couldn't leave their spouse because their spouse was financially dependent, or they had children together, or maybe had a medical condition, or whatever the situation may be. But they were becoming unhappy, and that's when they happened to meet you, and the connection was so strong, and so they decided to step outside of the marriage, which maybe they shouldn't have done, but they did it anyways. But at the end of the day, like, you were waiting for them to leave, and they just said, I can't do that, right? So maybe it takes you perhaps to see one of your parents or somebody that you respect go through something like that. And you can see that your father is a really good person, that he really does love your mother, but you can see, that he's now unhappy. That's what I'm talking about. You're seeing a situation that was done to you in another, and it's helping you to see that maybe certain things aren't always the way that we think they are. We have a tendency to take things so personally and make it about us, when sometimes you can see someone that is really struggling, and you can see that a person isn't really a bad person when they make mistakes. So that's what I'm getting for this one, is that it's giving you an opportunity to see things from a different perspective with some sort of painful situation that you encountered. So what this does is it helps you to become unstuck. It helps you to clear and heal this energy. You're no longer going to be confused about this. You're no longer going to be at a crossroads with this situation. You're actually going to be free from this pain or judgment that you've had, or this way of thinking that you've been stuck in for a long period of time, because you're going to see that not every single person that does this or does that is bad. You're going to just see that people make decisions, or they do certain things because they're working with the tools that they had. Okay? That's what I'm getting here. So it's an opportunity to forgive someone and see something in a different way that helps to clear your energy and heal. Sorry, I couldn't really wrap my head around how to explain that properly. So I know I just kind of went all over the place with that one. I love that we have new direction and new perspective. Karma is on your side, and gift, be present. So, okay. To me, the Hanged Man is Neptune's energy, which is connected to Pisces, rainstorm, melancholy, and new direction. So the fact that we have black and white, now we have color, could be connected to the other messages that came through. but we have something that's been locked away. Hanged Man. But whatever has been locked away, it's given people an opportunity to see things from a new perspective. So I'm getting here that possibly a connection or something from the past. We get a lot of energy of the past in this reading. That karma is on your side, as in someone has been dealt karma. Somebody has finally or is finally starting to see things from that perspective, as in what you put out is what you get back. They're starting to see the error of their ways through other people. I'm just getting here that somebody might have seen your perspective with someone else. Meaning like now this whole reading is now coming together, you guys. Holy crap. A person that may have done you wrong, okay, could not see the error of their ways until something happened to them. So they saw something from your perspective through dealing with someone else. So now that this karma, it's like now things are balanced. They're starting to see things from a new perspective. Now whatever was stuck in the past, like they're now kind of coming back to life, and now they're wanting to possibly express their feelings to you and give you this gift of, I understand, or I apologize, I'm so sorry, to help to give you this closure. Holy crap, that's what I'm seeing here. What was unlocked before is now becoming unlocked. Now we can transform this energy, transmute this energy, transition this energy. I mean, all of these cards, I feel this entire reading is coming up like all connected. An eternal connection, a divine connection, okay? That we might still be tied to in an old way, a divine feminine, a divine masculine perhaps, needs to heal. And we need to see things from a higher perspective. But people recognize now what they recognize the error of their ways. And you might not know it right now, but you will, that this person does want to apologize, that they're getting signs. They might even be looking at you on the internet, is what I'm getting as well. But this grief here, you might have jobs where somehow you guys are both connected on the internet. I don't know. But anyways, this to me is telling me that someone has been dealt karma through another situation, and they finally know what it feels like with what they did to you. That's what I'm saying here. It caused them grief. It caused them sadness. Because to me, we already had the grief card come up. Recognizing through melancholy and grief. Recognition of somebody's ways, of what that feels like. Feels like crap, doesn't it? We don't usually learn until things happen to us. Then we see things from other people's perspectives. Then we can understand it, okay? So it can really go both ways, but I definitely am getting that this entire reading is connected with an individual that did hurt you, that did do you wrong, that is now seeing things from a different perspective because of the pain that they've gone through. So now things are taking a new direction for them, a new direction with a new perspective. Karma is on your side, as in the person that's watching this video, as in you are going to get the gift. You're going to be able to see this gift be presented to you in the present moment, as in maybe this life. Wow. All right. We have Black. We have Pride and Ego. We have the Three of Wands. What would love do? And we also have Childhood Home. Remember where you're from and who you really are. Okay. So I feel like this might be where somebody is right now in their energy. It could be you. It could be the person that we are tapped into for this reading. Black, rebellion, pessimism. Even though this person is sorry, I do feel like they are struggling. They might not feel like they have what it takes in order to apologize. And the only reason I'm saying that is because of this card. You have what it takes. This tells me someone's struggling to do this. They're struggling to face you. They're struggling to bring this forth. They still have this energy of lack. Maybe they lack information. Maybe they lack details. Maybe they're rebelling against love. What would love do? What would love do? Love would just apologize. Love would apologize for the error of your ways. That's what love would do. But this person's kind of rebelling against it. They might step into their pride and ego, which is causing a delay. Now we have awaiting results. The universe is like, hey, you know what? You've been delivered this lesson. Now what are you going to do with this lesson? Now the universe is kind of waiting for this individual to do what love would do. But we have childhood home. I feel like this is this individual, like they're going deep into their childhood now, kind of maybe figuring out why they are who they are, the kind of childhood that they had, the kind of upbringing that they experienced. That's what I'm getting here. But I also get the sense of the past. They're visiting their past, and you're part of their past. But again, they're struggling. They're struggling to figure out, what should I do? What would love do? Well, love is like light. This is shadow energy, pride and ego, shadow energy. Too much pride to come forward. They want to, but they're struggling, is what I'm seeing in this reading. They're struggling. But they are remembering where they're from, remember, and who they truly are. Who are they really? Maybe their childhood, their upbringing, maybe it wasn't as great, or maybe it was actually really great, but they didn't even know how to connect to it. Maybe they had very loving parents, but yet their own lack and their own pessimism and their own pride and ego has kept them away from people that do truly, truly love them and support them. Maybe this person had to fend for themselves. Maybe they had a really crappy childhood. Whatever it is, they're facing their past, and it is drudging up some shadow. So this is something that's still kind of awaiting. This is still something that's forming. They're still trying to figure out what they want to do. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, look at that beard. Maturity. This is somebody who is maturing. Look at this now, metamorphosis. This is somebody who is maturing. They are evolving. There's Nine of Swords energy, self-sabotage and nightmares. Again, this is somebody who might be very used to sabotaging things. When things get good, or when things seem too good to be true, they sabotage it. I feel like this person is changing, though. They are changing their ways. They were realizing that this technique that they use is actually keeping them away from love. Okay, but they're not quite sure whether or not they're ready to embrace it. You're being watched by loving eyes. You know, I did get this energy here of the internet, okay? But the first thing that I wanted to say, though, and that's where I went with it, was assuming, okay, that message was that you're watching them, but they could also be watching you, okay? They may have watched you mature and change and transform, and maybe now they're feeling like they're not good enough for you. Child. See, we have childhood home and now child. Feeling like a child. Feeling not prepared. Feeling like not ready. Feeling small. But it says, give yourself permission to play. This person might also be tapping into their inner child. Okay? Tapping into their inner child. And when they're doing, this is very healing for them. This is going to be very healing. It's going to help them to mature and change and transform. So they might be on a journey of themselves. They might be on a journey of shadow work, but also really, really tending to their inner child, healing their childhood. They might really be in an energy of healing. So you're being watched by loving eyes. What I'm also getting from this is to watch this person with loving eyes. Again, you're not watching them on social media. You're not obsessing. You're not, because to me, that's not a correct lens. That lens might not be who they really are. It's a sometimes a facade of what we're showing the world. Usually when people are feeling really crappy, they're not posting that. They're not posting about their loss, you know, on social media. I mean, some people do, and you know, sometimes that's just like, why are you doing that? But you know, because like attracts like you're just going to, you know, perpetuate this feeling of loss, because everyone's going to go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and you know, drama. But I feel like if you're watching them, it needs to be with loving eyes. It needs to be in an energy where you're rooting for them. You're a cheerleader. You're not condemning them. Okay? Seeing them in the eyes of a child as in, you know what? Maybe they didn't know any better. Maybe they were operating out of a dysfunctional childhood. Like you're starting to see someone more through a loving eyes of a child. Okay? But I do get this sense, though, with the internet and you're being watched with loving eyes, that somebody is loving you and admiring you. They're seeing you differently, yet they're afraid, like a child, to come forward towards you to basically make these amends. That's what I'm seeing here. We have, yeah, somebody's hiding. Interesting. We have family. Oh, we have the Three of Swords, which is heartache. if it's not as if you need anyone. Ooh, and oh my gosh, look, we have family 2 times. That's significant. Okay. Well, I definitely get here that there is some sort of heartbreak and sadness due to family. Okay, they're hiding this. They're still hiding or holding on to this heartache, this sadness. I don't need anyone. They're in that mode of I don't need anyone. So they're kind of going back and forth between love and light. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm not love and light, shadow and light. They're going back and forth. There's a real struggle for this individual. They don't know if they can do it. They don't know if they can embrace the light. They don't know if they can embrace love. Like family. Family welcomes you with open arms. Well, at least some families do. Not all. But family is supposed to welcome you with open arms, right? Well, there's something here. It says, explore your sacred root system. Again, somebody is exploring their family of origin, their issues, their childhood, their past, what made them who they are today. So there's a lot of work being done, a lot of shadow work about the past, healing that inner child. Maybe having the childhood that was robbed from you when you were a child. Maybe somebody now having to live out like they never had an opportunity to be the child because they were always the parent. And so now they might be going through kind of like that midlife to where they feel like they missed out on so much. And that might be when you met them. Again, that was nothing personal. That was just a part of their crap, a part of their past, a part of their makeup. But we have hidden. Somebody's hiding behind their pain. And they're shielding themselves, and they're deliberately being a hard ass. I don't need anyone. I'm fine to be alone. I'm fine with just family. I don't need a lover. I don't need romance in my life. That could be where they're at right now. I don't want romance. I don't want a relationship. I'm just going to focus on my family. And my family could be my coworkers and my friends too. It doesn't have to just be blood relatives. Yeah, my family is all that I need. My family and friends, that's it. No talk of romance, no talk of love. I don't need it. I'm fine to be on my own, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I do see is this person is hiding. It's an exterior. It is a hardened exterior. It's more in a shadow. That's what I'm seeing here. It's more in a shadow. So you have to realize that your person is still needing to explore their inner child and take some time to heal. Okay? So even though they want to return and come back and apologize to you, there's something that's holding them back. But we do now have reconciliation after an abandonment. So somebody walking away from another individual, there's some reconciling here. Oh, we have the King of Cups now coming through. The King of Cups is Scorpio's energy, but it can be any kind of watery energy. Somebody who's matured, somebody who is going to finally take responsibility for their actions. This is somebody who's owning up to it after abandoning you. This is why I abandoned you. This is why I did this to you. I'm getting here an apology. Those you love you. This person still loves you and still cares about you. So it wasn't just because they abandoned you, just because they did what they did, doesn't mean they didn't care. Now, of course, their actions might speak otherwise. Like, are you kidding me? People that care for you wouldn't treat you this way. But again, we're all operating out of the level of our own damage. And so sometimes that, there's deeper things going on, and it doesn't give people a pass or an excuse. You don't have to put up with anything. If you don't want this, then just click off the reading right now, right? But this is giving you an opportunity to see things from their perspective, which is that they're not all bad. They're not all bad, and they have a lot of issues that they are operating from that cause them to treat you a certain way. And we have party. Celebrate yourself. Yeah, see, they need to celebrate themselves for a change. They really need to get into an energy of loving themselves. And that's what's going to lead them to this King of Cups energy, which is emotional mastery, being a master of their own lives, their own selves. And when they find themselves, they're going to visit what they forgot or left behind and want to reconcile these differences. That's what I'm seeing here. And you're a part of that. Wow. We have seashell, protection, destruction. Eight of Cups, evolving. There's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. And we have bridge. It's interesting that we just had the bridge. I'm going to bring it up. That's not an accident. We have a lot of cards that are with the same, 2 cards that said family and now 2 cards that say bridge. I'm getting here that dealing with family issues is actually what is going to cause bridging, like it's the pieces of the puzzle, the missing pieces of the puzzle. Once we reconcile whatever that is or bridge those pieces together, things start to make sense. So that tells me that there's healing that has to occur in family. Healing that has to occur with family. But bridge, reconciliation, this says stay strong and remain connected to what is important to you. Okay, so I feel like what this is telling you here, that this person is protecting themselves again by really only focusing on things that are important to them right now. So they feel like that's where their strength is. Their strength is focusing on things that are important to them now. And the most important thing I'm getting for this person is either their inner child spending time with themselves or their family. I'm not really feeling like this individual is super focused on romance at all. I feel like they are happy to be on their own. We have destruction. They might see themselves as a very destructive person, as in I keep destroying people's lives. I keep getting involved with people that I shouldn't. I'm protecting people against my destructive patterns by being alone, by going off and evolving. The Eight of Cups means that we're going off in search of something greater. This person can be on a spiritual journey, as in they are not really focused at all on romance. They might even see it as it deters them from their path. It deters them from their purpose. It might just be a distraction for them at this point. But a part of dealing with their past and tapping into their shadows, you're a part of that because you're somebody that they did wrong. That's what I'm picking up on, or else the karma card wouldn't have been here. They've been dealt some sort of blow. And when they were dealt this blow, it really brought up a lot of memories, and they recognize what they did to you and perhaps other people. So you're just a part of the mix. But yeah, there's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. They have a lot of questions now. Now that they're starting to face their shadows, now that they're starting to wake up, now that they're starting to see things from a new perspective, they got a lot of questions. And so they're seeking. They're on a journey right now. That's what I'm seeing here. This person is going into their past. They are seeking answers from the universe. They're evolving. They're going to, really go deep within themselves and figure out why they've been so destructive, why they have protected themselves perhaps from certain things. So that King of Cups to me is somebody who's on a journey of emotional mastery. That's beautiful. And so they're trying to stay strong though right now and only focus on things that are in front of them. And what's in front of them is their family, perhaps. And again, the family does not have to be relatives. It can be coworkers and friends, buddies, best friends, things like that. But they are searching for the answers in life right now. That's what I'm seeing here. They're searching for answers. We have brown, which is about stability. We have vibrations. This could be somebody who's meditating. We have Four of Pentacles, scarcity mindset. Everybody is doing their best. And we also have departed loved ones. Interesting. So I feel, this departed loved ones, of course, this is about people that could be on the other side, but people that have departed from their life that they love. That could, of course, encompass you, because we already see that this person still has loving feelings towards you, that they do want to reconcile, but that doesn't mean that they're ready to do so. They're still struggling. But everybody is doing their best. Like they're just trying to do their best right now, but we have scarcity mindset. So the scarcity mindset could be on your end, as in, they've departed, they've abandoned, they've hurt you. And your scarcity mindset is that, they're a bad person, they'll never change. But we have everybody is doing their best. Again, people were operating out of their damage. It wasn't who they truly were when they were dealing with you or what they did to you. Their vibration at the time might have just not been very evolved. But I feel like this person has definitely changed, or they will be changing. And so when they do this and they make these changes, they're really going to surprise you. That's what I'm seeing here. They're going to be much more grounded, or this is happening now. They're much more grounded. They don't have that scarcity mindset anymore. Their vibration is high. They're doing the very best that they can. And they are, thinking about the past. They're thinking about people that have departed from their lives that they still love. That's what I'm seeing here. We have 555. This is a wisdom wake-up call. Purge. Tranquility ahead. You have more options than you realize. And fire. Take responsibility for your power. Okay, so this could be, of course, a special message for you. It's time for you to have a wisdom wake-up call. Time to move in a new direction. It's time to purge. It's time to travel away from these rocky waters. Okay? You have more options than you realize. And now it's time for you to take responsibility for your power. Fire. What's our fire? What lights our fire? Is it rage? Is it unforgiveness? Is it happiness? Is it creativity? Is it spontaneity? Is it travel? Is it, feeling really good? Or is it low vibrational crap? Whatever this is, it's going to fuel your fire. It's going to fuel your fire either way. Whatever we're focusing on, whatever energy we are holding on to is what we are creating. So Spirit is telling you it's time to change. It's time to change up the thing. It's time to change up the players in life. It's time to change up your circumstances, your energy. It's time to shift and move in a new direction. Purge whatever is no longer serving you and move forward towards calmer waters with that Six of Swords energy. Let go, move forward, move on. You actually have more options than you realize, as in you might be feeling like you need to stay stuck or hold on to something, but I'm getting you don't. You actually have more options, but you have to take responsibility for what you're putting your energy towards. So you may have come to this reading for no other purpose rather than just seeing what Spirit had to say. And for some reason, we're bringing forth a lot of energy attached to a person that may have hurt you, or that you might have a lot of unfinished business with, perhaps. And again, this doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It can be a parent, somebody from your past, a friend. It could be anybody. We're not labeling anything here today. But whatever you're putting your focus on is growing. Whatever lights your fire, whatever does it for you, you're producing more of that. So is it time to purge this? Is it time to let go of the anger, let go of the passion, let go of the focus, and change into a new direction? Because you do have other options. You don't have to choose to stay in this energy here. You can move forward. You can heal. You can clear this energy. So the thing is, it might be very healing to hear that this individual has had some sort of karma and has had some sort of realization that they do feel badly for how they treated you. But at the same time, it doesn't ensure or guarantee that they will come back to make this apology, because they are struggling. They are struggling with that. They may struggle forever. So that's why Spirit's saying that now you can close things up on your end. You can move forward. If they happen to return and come back, we do have 2 cards that indicate reconciliation, right? The bridges. But you don't want to sit around and wait for that to happen. So you do have to keep moving forward. You have other options. You have other things to do. You have other passions. You have other responsibilities in life. Okay? That's what I'm seeing here. We have actions speak louder than words. Queen of Swords. Sometimes the good is hidden. And teeth take a big bite out of life. So there is something about hidden energy there. Eyes, to me, actions speak louder than words, which is why that action is there. Like that person, she's got her mouth covered, so she's not speaking. Basically, what's really revealing is somebody's actions, not their words, not their thoughts, not their energies, not they feel this way, but for some of you, that's not going to do it for you. Sometimes just knowing these things is healing, but unless somebody's coming forth and they're issuing these apologies, this Queen of Swords is like, I'm sorry, but I can't waste any more time on this. I can't waste any more time. I can't, put my life on hold anymore. The Queen of Swords takes an action. She takes a sword and she just cuts things off that aren't producing results. So sometimes the good is hidden, meaning like the good intention is hidden. Like this person isn't coming forward. They're not taking a bite out of the situation. Like they're not opening their mouth. They're not delivering this apology. They're not delivering the opportunity to move forward. So it might be that you need to be a Queen of Swords and just say, hey, you know what? That's great. That's great that you feel that way. But if you're not doing anything with it, I'm sorry, I got to move forward. Which you should do anyways. You shouldn't wait for anybody to do anything. But some of you might need that particular message that it's time for you now to take action in your life and cut this off and move forward. Because sometimes the good in people, they hide it. They're hiding from it. They're not revealing anything. They're not speaking. So it's being hidden from you. How they feel, their good intentions. But again, action is everything to the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is Libra. The Queen of Swords is somebody who, she's looking for balance. And if something's out of balance, as in people are not delivering their truth, they're not acting with integrity, they're not delivering to her justice, then she's done. She cuts it off. Okay? So I feel like that's a message for some of you out there where You can't let something hang in the balance forever. If there's not any action taken on this, it might be that you need to make a decision. And that decision might be that you've got to take now a bite out of your own life. Can't wait for this person to keep moving. You can't wait on this person to reveal this action to you. You've got to take your own bite out of life. You've got to live your own life. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to engage in life again. There's other things for you. Remember, there's more options for you than just this situation, just this person. We have 777 with tribe, the Fool's energy, which is connected to Aquarius. Prepare to be astounded and flood. Express the ocean of your emotion. Prepare to be astounded by something. So sevens are numbers. They're very spiritual, but they're challenging numbers. Like a steep spiritual lesson at hand, an awakening. But what I'm getting here is that right now, the challenges that you have faced have really brought forth a lot of rapid soul development. And it may have connected you to the right people. It may have connected you to, just people on your tribe that you were supposed to meet. If it weren't for these challenges, you wouldn't have met these people. They've really helped you to activate, to look at things from a new perspective, to take a chance, to take a risk, to move forward, to heal, to look at things from a whole new light. And now when we just kind of put ourselves out there and we're just willing to just take a risk and start fresh and start new, start back at ground zero, prepare to be astounded with what Spirit brings forth, which is a flood of energy, a flood of emotion, a flood of just expressing of emotions from perhaps other people. So I feel like with this one here, what it's saying is that this is about starting fresh and starting new, leaving the challenges behind, taking the wisdom from these lessons. And once you do that, and once you have the courage and the strength to basically just start fresh and start new and put yourself out there in a new way, Spirit's going to astound you with what it's going to bring. It could bring, perhaps, when we let go usually is when people show up, right? When we finally let go, it seems like people feel it and they come back. I'm not saying that will happen, but maybe that's what it takes. Prepare to be astounded. Or when you let go and you explore other options, you're like, oh my God, I'm so much happier with this new situation or this new partner. I would have never met this new partner had I been still holding on to this old individual. This person that I'm praying will come back. Maybe had you just waited your entire lives, you would have never met a new person that you're just like, oh my God, this is my person. You see what I'm saying? We're only holding ourselves back from experiences by holding on to things that aren't changing or aren't growing. So yeah, prepare to be astounded, like a floodgate opening up when you take the wisdom from challenges, but you start fresh and start new and open new doors. And you have a tribe around you, perhaps, that is supporting you, like a support system, is what I'm seeing. We have 222, which is about partnerships. We have mirroring, people giving to you in a way. Oh, look at this. I am seeing here that when you let go and you just kind of take a chance and you move forward in a new, fresh energy, a new way of thinking, it literally brings you into balance with people that are on the same page as you. It brings people into your 3D world. If they once loved you, they still do. Wow. And we have email. So, yeah. I really get the sense that this individual, that if you guys are resonating with the message, somebody is wanting to and may make contact with you to reconcile with you and contact you. Because we had internet, now we have email. They're trying to figure out what they want to say to you. They once loved you and they actually still do. So they're mirroring to you, like they want to balance out this partnership, okay? And then there's 3 of Pentacles is 2 people coming together and working on something together. It's teamwork. So I really feel like someone might email someone and express how they truly feel, like this flood of emotions, and prepare to be astounded by what you find out when it comes to how this person has either always felt about you or how they feel about you now. And you're just like, holy crap, like I just would have never dreamt in a million years that this person feels this way. But be mindful of the messages you send. They're trying to be mindful right now. They're trying to reconcile with you in a way that doesn't feel scary for them. Because remember, their pride and their ego might be playing kind of just doing a number on them, causing them to feel like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I feel like someone's contemplating contacting you from the past. Okay. But, again, sometimes it takes us to finally let somebody go in order for someone to come back. So I feel like that's one of the reasons why Spirit was giving you the message of, hey, when you just let go and you get into the vibration of, you know what, I'm just open to anything. Things that are in vibration with you, in alignment with you, just like come into your world. So it says pay attention to new people entering in your life, but take time to balance and your energy and time in existing ones. So this is new and old and new connections popping up. This might even be that you're finally letting go of the past and you're putting yourself on social media as in a dating app or something. And there's now email exchanges from people that are interested in you. They want the same things as you. But this, if they once loved you, they still do. I feel like there's also a message about this old person too. This person from the past. Wow. We have sweetness, hummingbird. We have admired. Ooh, we have the star. We have love is never in vain, and we have doctor, heal thyself. Interesting. So it could be that there's someone that's a doctor here, or in the medical field, a healer of some sorts. But we have the star, which is about Aquarian energy. Again, it came up already with the Fool's energy, so Aquarius. Hummingbird, sweetness. Somebody's sweet on you. They're admiring you from afar. The universe is bringing you into alignment. Love is never in vain, as in this love has never been in vain. It has never been a waste of time. And heal thyself. There will be a chance to heal yourself with this connection. That's just what I'm seeing here. I'm just seeing that this particular connection was not a waste of time. What you felt for this person was not a waste of time. There's something that the universe has in store for you. And it's going to give you an opportunity to heal from this. All the things that were broken are going to have an opportunity to heal and feel better. So if you guys have been feeling crummy about whatever this is, I feel like you're going to be either dealt an apology or you're going to get closure, or you and this person are going to come back together. Now we have the urn, mourning from somebody's deception. Somebody's working on themselves. Don't be misled. And we have dog. Be your own best friend. Dogs are loyal. So when we have deception here, don't be misled. Once a dog, always a dog. That could be the message too. But don't be misled by past deceptions. Mourning. Mourning means that we have to mourn it and we have to let it go. It's not something for us to take with us. We've got to make peace with the past. Don't be misled by your own judgments of the past, because I feel like this person has changed. They have been working on themselves. They've been creating new changes in their life. So don't be misled by this energy. I'm going to go ahead and read the back of this card just to kind of get something else here. When fear speaks, it's always wrong, unless being chased by wildebeest. And when love speaks, it's always right and usually bouncy. So this is telling you here, don't be misled by your fears. Don't be misled by old energy from the past. Okay? It's old energy is what I'm seeing here. This person has worked on themselves. So don't be led or misled by old energy. Dog is about giving people the opportunity to, be friends again, is what I'm seeing here. It's a work in progress, as in maybe you guys are just meant to come back together and be friends for a while before you work on this connection. But this could be about friendship too, as in there is no romance here, and this is about your friend or a family member. And this is an energy here of there's an opportunity to be friends after this crap in the past. Like the past is the past. At some point you have to just make peace with that. The past is the past. You have to make the decision to just take a risk like the Fool and just move forward and carry on and forgive this person. You're either going to forgive them or you're not. Okay, but if you're still hanging on to this situation, that means you're still invested in it. You still care. So if this person does make an appearance back in your life, I'm getting here an energy of maybe go for it, because it is going to give you an opportunity to like get something. And now the last message that we get is confirmation, chills. Yep, if you're receiving chills, if you've received chills at all in this reading, and I'm getting them right now, you're like, you've received the message correctly. You've received the message correctly. And if you get chills moving forward, you're receiving something from this person or this situation and everything that we brought through in this reading here. 10 of Pentacles, look at that. Ooh, this is like the ultimate achievement, the 10 of Pentacles. Somebody has finally made it. Somebody has finally, done the work. They have finally done what they set out to do. Okay? And now that they have done that, maybe now they're ready to face you. And you will be surprised. And we have baby. Reconnect with your innocence. To me, it's kind of like going back to being a child, like a little baby, a vulnerable little baby. Reconnecting with your innocence. Reconnecting with the innocence of this connection. You'll be surprised. It also might be that this person wants to have a baby, perhaps. Maybe you want to have a baby, but maybe that has nothing to do with anything. But there might be that you'll be surprised that this person has a child or wants to grow with you like a baby. I don't know. There's just something kind of interesting there. So yeah, at the very end here, confirmation that what you've received here, you're going to be surprised. And there's an achievement here. There's something that's been achieved through this whole entire just situation with this individual. And maybe at one time, like, you guys were very childish and just children. And now it's like people are not children anymore, is what I'm seeing here. They're not children anymore. So let's get one last message as to what does this person, like the energy that, because we've been connecting to another individual this whole entire time, but what is their parting energy with you? What is their parting message to you? What energy are they wanting to express to you at this moment, in this moment? We have red, we have passion, anger, and courage. So what I'm getting here is there's still a fire here for them. We did get earlier on in the reading the flame energy, the eternal flame. It could be that this person still has this flame going for you. But we also have anger. They may feel or sense your anger towards them, or they could have a lot of anger themselves. And we also have courage. It's going to take strength and courage for this person to reach out to you, to make this communication, to apologize to you. We already saw that. And we have settling. Sometimes it's just easier to just settle and do nothing. So do you see what I'm saying? This person goes in between wanting to and not. Wanting to and I can't. That's with them. They know that they need to make some sort of action. The Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is connected to Gemini's energy, but that's an energy to me where they need to make some sort of action. They're either going to come towards you or they're not. Settle this debt once and for all. Settle this karmic debt. Settle the scales of justice. Deliver you this apology. Be true to yourself. Yeah, be true to yourself. So this person wants to be true to themselves. And if they're being true to you in this moment right now, they're telling you that I still feel this energy towards you. I want to settle this debt. I want to make action towards you. And we have money. Discover the source of your true power. What I'm getting from this here is that this person, because this might be very important to them, which is why it came up. 10 of Pentacles. They might feel like they need to come to you when they're here, or just like money is very important to this individual. Like it means success to them. Money is status. Money is power. Their achievements. It doesn't have to necessarily be money, even though it does say that here. It could just be their achievements are money. Their achievements bring their value. And so again, they might feel like the action that they need to take at this time is to continue to build their empire. And when they build their empire and they're feeling on top of their game, it might be that is something that they want to, that they want to be able to, that they can let their guard down at that time because they feel good enough. Because I do feel or sense that this individual might not feel good enough at this time. They're still kind of working on themselves. Okay, let's get one last layer for this. We have fate. We have winter. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have change is always good. And we have sex, kiss, hug. Okay. All right. Fate. Cards. Fate. I feel like the last bit of energy that this person has for you is that things have been frozen in time. You guys had a connection. Something happened, obviously, and this connection has been frozen. But there's a part of this person that believes that you guys will see each other again. So they feel a connection to you that one day, like you're the one that got away, and that one day they'll see you again. One day they'll do this. But again, 9 of Pentacles. They might see you as this beautiful, graceful person now. Independent, kicking ass, taking names, doing your thing. Living your life. Looking really good though. Because I have now sex, kiss, and hug, as in they have an attraction towards you. They want to embrace you. It says face and embrace all the parts of yourself. Like they want to embrace you and they want to explore you on all levels. So I feel like they may have really been sheltering themselves by being alone. And I already did feel that for this person, but change is always good. Like they're willing to change things up with you is what I'm seeing here. Like if they're going to make a change, it's going to be with you. They might be the type of person that doesn't believe in traditional relationships or marriage or kids or whatever, But change, it's like they're willing to change their life and they're willing to change their way of thinking about connections and relationships because they feel there's a special connection that you guys share. So if they're going to do it for anyone, it's going to be for you. I almost get that this person is holding out for you because they've gotten to a point in their lives where they realize that, they are just destructive at this point because of their own, just because of their journey, just because of how they've always treated people and how they've always gone about love and relationships. And now all of a sudden they realize like if they're going to change, it's because of you. If they're going to be the best versions of themselves, you're that person that's going to benefit from it. I have no idea why, but that's what I'm seeing here. You're the one that's worth it. Like you're the one for them. But that doesn't mean that they will come back, and it doesn't mean that they can, do what it takes in order to come back for you. But this person wants to. This is how they are seeing you. This is how they're feeling your energy. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Dang, that's like amazing. So last message, this is what Spirit wants you to know. The most important thing that they want you to know and consider moving forward at this point. We have hardship thorns. Oh my God. We have twin flame. We have the 7 of Cups energy. We have you've got time, and we have falling. Wow. Drop into the deep end of your soul. Okay, you guys. So what I'm getting here is that Spirit wants you to know that there's a reason that this connection has hurt you so much. There's a reason that it's been such a hardship for you. There's a reason why you were never able to forget about this person. There's a reason that you've always fantasized about this person, that you've always dreamt about them. Okay. And I'm also getting that there's a reason why they have felt pain from the thorns from the pain that they caused you, and why you have always been an option for them at some point in time. Okay. Because the 7 of Cups to me is options. Part of their dreams, part of their fantasies. There's a very like dreamy, mystical energy that exists. And you've got time. You've got time. The 7 of Cups means like we're tempted, perhaps. We're tempted to jump off that mountain now because we feel this connection. I don't confirm connections at all, but there you guys see that card there. Take it as it resonates with you. But we have the 7 of Cups. She's about ready to fall off the cliff, but fall into the depth. It says, drop into the deep end of your soul. So I'm getting at the very end of this is that we might be tempted to want to fall in love with this individual and be in this dream state and then make it very romantic. And it doesn't mean that those feelings aren't there and that there's not. But I'm getting there's time for that later. Okay, you've got time. I'm getting here that some of you might be on a journey, twin flame journey specific, and that you see this person as your twin flame, okay? Because that's how this reading has morphed into like a connection between you and another individual. But the 7 of Cups, fantasy and temptation, like we might be tempted or have fantasies about what this connection is all about, but you've got time for that later. Spend the time that you have now on your journey or while you're in this separation with this individual. Drop into the deep end of your soul. What do you really love? What did you come here to do? Okay, what dreams do you have? How can you take the pain and the hardship of this connection and use it to your advantage? Make this pain matter, right? That's what I always say. So this is a time for you to really jump into the journey of your own soul. So if you have been waiting for this individual to come back, I'm getting that this reading might serve as a confirmation for you that that's a possibility, that this person is feeling your energy too. They haven't let you go either. But we can clearly see the struggles that they have had on this journey and how they're struggling now to return to you and to issue these apologies. So this is something that's going to take time. So this is going to take time. You've got time. They've got time. So fall into yourself. Use this journey right now that you might be on to live your dreams and live your life to the fullest. If you and this person are twin flames and you are meant to come back together, we already saw eternal flame, twin flame, and fate in this reading. Things that are meant to be are going to happen. Whether we try for it or not, okay? Whether we block it or not, these types of things, fate is fate. The universe brings things into universal alignment, whether people are ready for it or not, okay? Sometimes we have those tower moments and it's just like, holy crap. But what I'm getting for this is fall into the depths of your soul. Don't fall into this journey of it's all about this union and it's all about the romance and it's all about the happily ever after. That might cause you confusion. It might cause you pain. It actually might cause you more hardship to look at it from that perspective of happily ever after. You might get that. You might have time for happily ever after later. But right now you want to make sure that you live your life to its fullest, that you give yourself the permission as well as the opportunity to grow and expand, perhaps in other experiences or other connections. Just give yourself the permission to live your life to the fullest. You've got time. This connection isn't going anywhere, and that's the reason why it hasn't gone anywhere for you or for them. That's the bottom line. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day. Bye.